Hey, what's going on with you? Other than our food is slowly poisoning us, our very little drinking water being used to power massive surveillance AI data centers, and our world leaders destroying everything good about the world, I hope you're doing just great. I'm Jake Wolven, and I just ate a whole bowl of ramen and spaghetti sauce, and today we're going to be going through my biggest world yet. This drawing took me countless hours, literally, and has been taking over 2 years. Let's go into the app itself. All right, so I started it with the intention of my letters. So hold on, let me just, to start this one, let me go back to my other world. Just trust me for a second. My first world that I made started just like this with my signature JW, and then you go in right here, and everything existed right here except for up here. If y'all want a world tour of this one, let me know. But that's not this video. This video is about this world. The 24, it's 25, and now it's 2026, and I'm ready to start a new world. So we're finishing this one up. The intention for this was to make it so you could zoom into any single spot around and find something to look at, like Norman right here. I obviously didn't finish it, but it was a big task, and I'm ready to move on. I don't think I'm going to I'm done with this. So let's just go into it. Let's see what we got going on here. And there's a ton of stuff in here hidden. I'm probably not going to be able to touch on everything in here because of how much stuff I put in here. I'll probably miss some things because sometimes I literally it'd be like 2 a.m. and I was bored, so I'll just zoom into a random spot and just start building a world there and spend like a whole hour just drawing something. And then I go back and zoom out and I forget all about it. And so also, this will be available to look for yourself through after this. So check the link down in the description. All right, let's start right here. So I started this world right here with this lighthouse, along with a lot of my other art pieces start with the lighthouse. And I then put this photo that I took in the 2024 eclipse. I took this, and then all of these stars that are around, I actually just here, I'll show you what I did. I basically just took a white pen, bop, 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 zoom in a little bit, bop, 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 bop. And basically I just kept on doing that over and over again until I created this entire galaxy. I wanted to make my own starry sky. And I think I got pretty close. This is a part that I did for Endless Paper, the app itself. They were releasing a video that was about how they have this new auto zoom feature that you can export a video with. And I did this while I was on trail last year. If you don't know, I hiked the Appalachian Trail last year from Georgia to Maine, all the way to Katahdin. And I brought my iPad with me for the most part. And the reason why I don't know the stats of how many hours I put into this and everything is because I would just pick this up. And I didn't even know I did this. Like a little portal. I would just basically pick it up and put dots or just work in some spot, and didn't really ever keep track of how much time I spent in one spot. And I also don't know how many dots there are, but you can probably take a guess that it's probably above 10, if I were to guess. There are some other hidden things in here. I think I've got there. Maybe I'm weird, maybe I'm off the wall, maybe it's weird and not judged at all. That's a Lizzie McAlpine song that, I don't know, sometimes I'm listening to a song and I'm like, I want to add that to my world. Okay, so let's just touch on all the stuff out here real quick, and then we'll go into that area, because there's a bunch of stuff in here, and that's probably going to be the end of the video. So let's start up here in the top. You got a tree. I don't think I did anything else there. This is I started having a diary, a to-do list kind of thing. This one right here, I want to just make a block world where all these blocks are just in a different little universe. This guy's about to get hit by meteors. This guy's upside down, but he's got a little tree on top of him. This one's got cities. He's all right. And then this one's got cities too, but he's corrupt. He's got the power all over him. We don't talk about that guy. And zooming out, we got this last year, one of my trail family, Ratatouille, he brought a Mountain Dew 2-liter on trail and then did a bear hang for it. So I drew it and put it in here. I thought that was really funny. And then this is the world that I created while I was on trail. This is the southern terminus in Springer. That's just a little mimic of it. I created this on trail which was it was the first real fire that we had on trail. It was like in North Carolina, and that's my tent right there. And I think there's a little dog in here. Yeah, there's a little dog. This is a print that I ended up making. I don't know, I was using Procreate, but I'm not very good at Procreate, so I ended up just making it in here. And then you can keep on going in this way. And then this was a tree that we saw on the trail that had like this hole. It was pretty cool. And so I just recreated it and then put like mushrooms and stuff inside of it. I never finished that. You're gonna see a lot of unfinished stuff in here because that's kind of the, you know, the whole essence of Endless Paper is that you're not gonna be able to finish most things that you start. But in the next world, I am gonna keep that as a bigger goal of mine and make it also a lot more cohesive and easy to find where to zoom in instead of having to search every single area. This is don't buy new cars. Little circle in the middle. I don't know why. There's a duck right here. Sometimes you can like okay, maybe not. Maybe just rotate your screen if you're on a mobile. Don't rotate your screen if you're on a computer. But this is a duck and some clouds. I think I was messing around with these spiral clouds. Little tree. Then we got this dude. I don't know. There's a lot of times I'll just kind of open this app and just start doodling, like I said. Here's a dinosaur riding a piece of paper. And there's a bowling ball meteor. Just another thing now. And inside, like a lot of this, I don't even remember making. I think I might have done this on the stream back when I used to stream on TikTok. This is the secret garden. There's secrets in there. Don't look. Is there anything over here? I didn't even really go into this area at all. I thought maybe right there. Down here we've got this, not a lightning bug. That's not what lightning bug looks like, but it has the property of a lightning bug. I think I was just kind of making up my own version of a bug. Let's go back up here. Oh, Ollie, you okay? Little chihuahua, he can't breathe. So over here, this kind of looks like Einstein, and inside we got this alien saying, "Hey friend," and another alien saying, "I believe in you." I don't know. And then we got a little door. I don't think the door goes anywhere. No. And then we got Norman Walter right here, who, let's see, is there anything in his eyes? He's got a shake with an ice cube, or like a Minecraft slime almost. There's another Minecraft slime. I ended up like doing a few of those for some reason. And then Sunny D, that's my name on trail. And so this is the signature that I came up with while I was on trail. Over here we got flowers and stuff. That was a test thing I did just to see if I can do another song. At this point I kind of shifted the perspective and I wanted to play around with what if we were looking straight down at something. And so here's like a bridge with a horse and carriage going towards this lake with a house, a person sitting on top of it, little garden. And this tree dude, that might be God. I don't know. And then you can zoom into here, into the lake, and there's like people swimming, little duck person. This is a reference to one of my other drawings with the the swing looking off into the void. And then just a bear chilling. Good night, bear. And you zoom all the way out, back to the main thing. Over here, I was gonna start a whole hotel, frog in the wall hotel, and like every single hole had a different thing in it. But we just got the frog, and I think I added a spider or something. I added a spider web. Did I add a spider over here? All right, no, I didn't do any of that. What was that? No. Nope. And then some rain clouds, but this one's happy. Happy rain clouds. Let's see. So over here, we've got this question mark. I might have drawn something inside of here at some point. I feel like I did. Over here, we got Timmy doing his massive skateboard jump in that one episode from Fairly Odd Parents. And then we got Shake. I was going to do a whole fairy world. Mostly because I wanted to play around with the idea of Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. His hat just like coming up and coming up and coming up and coming up, like, but I never actually got around with it. And I was kind of having fun just making up my own like little cities and stuff. This is not copied at all. I just like looked at theirs and I was like, I want to make my own based off of what I saw. Man, yeah, I kind of wish I did finish that. Next world. You also can see right here, this is a kind of form of gradient, because this app does not have gradients, it's everything's vector. So you kind of have to be either make it into Procreate and then bring it over, or if you want to be in the app, you can draw it like this, where you basically just pick a color. Oh wait, hold on, I have to do like this. Pick a color, and then you like do your lines, bop, 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 and then bop, 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 and then you go pick that color, bop, 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 and then you pick that color, you go bop, 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 and then you pick the next color, and you just kind of like work with your own gradient, and the hatching, it's not really hatching, but whatever you want to call it, creates this look like it looks like it's a gradient. You know what I'm saying? You get it. I don't think there's anything up in here. Do not cross. There's a bridge right here. We'll cross that later, even though it says do not. We got I don't know, what is this, a lava lamp with a fish and a turtle in it, sea turtle. Something electrical going on. Over here we got the struggle bus. It's my friend, struggle bus I met on trail last year. He was like, can you put me on your world? And I was like, yeah, I got you. So I just made him in there. There's also the first version of a dog there. I have a second version of that dog. What's over here? Oh, this is gonna be the color world. Oh man, I forgot about this. I really wanted to make it so like every color had its own little world. So like, I don't know, this world was gonna be like more like city and like weird stuff. And then this world was gonna be like this color, was going to be, I don't know, eyes with hands. Actually, I have no idea what the hell I was doing here. We got a fish again. And then the idea was that I was gonna keep on going in, and every single one of these colors is gonna have like a little part that goes outwards into, so it kind of feels like going through like a cave. And then this was gonna be a city again with trees, and then this was gonna go towards green. I don't know, it's mostly playing around with the colors, so like when you zoom in through it, it looks fun. I'll probably try that again next year. Next world, not next year. I'm doing this like right after this video. I'm starting a new world. So follow, if you're watching this like a month after I posted it, I probably have a new video starting the next world. So check that out if you want, if you're interested at all. Got a globe right there. That dinosaur punching something. I guess I like my dinosaurs. All right, so now let's cross the bridge. And what do we have here? I don't know again. We got the second version of that dog. It's my friend who was an avid watcher of my streams back in the day and wanted his dog on here. Oh, this is when my car wouldn't start. Oh, dude, I forgot I did this. Oh, my car won't start. I'm about to move out and hike the AT and my car won't start. Oh man, I wish I did more of that. This guy, you know, nothing in his eyes, but he's got something. He's got a story. Over here, I was thinking of like, you know, Howl's Moving Castle when it's just down to the bare bones and it's just like walking around. I guess I was trying to kind of make my own version of that. This part, just be open-minded. I think I was really sleep deprived for this part because I had just gone to like 6 Best Buys. 5 Best Buys in a day. So I had to go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then all the way back. And then I drew all of this afterwards because I was fixing my computer and I couldn't find the right CPU. And I finally found the right one, and that's what I looked like afterwards. Anyways, so right here we got Ohaku. He's like a dragon guy. And then this, I don't know why I have boxes. So, you know, just stop asking why I do things. We got a thumb in a castle. That's all you really need to know. Second one, we got one of my plants and a little ship in a bottle with a pirate, and it's like a Lara Croft type bird right there. N64. This is where I got the idea for the Doug Dimmadome hat. I was like, oh, I should go make this. It's because I made this bird with the Doug Dimmadome hat, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome bird. And right here we got this bridge with the Big Ol' Nose Hotel. This is the second hotel that I made. Does not have any residents in it because it's on a bridge. It's a really bad spot for residents. There's no parking, and the only way to get there is via car. So not a good business, but it does look cool. Big old nose hotel. That's why they can call it that. We got a fish. It's Bulgbu. And all right, let's zoom back out. And this one, I was kind of also playing around with the top view, look down like a bird's eye view. We got this dinosaur with another pirate on it, and this pirate has a hot dog and the candle. And I was kind of playing around with like a neighborhood view, so you're looking at people's like backyards. This person's got a pool and a little patio and stuff, and a little deck, and then they've got this like path that goes across the road to this deck, or this, what is that called again? But then this one, I think, so sometimes you're wrong, sometimes you're right. Who the hell knows? I'll be all right. Or it'll be all right. And then we got Alexander Shannara. Upstairs news, because they're listening to Upstairs. That was kind of like playing off of Futurama's idea, where they had like the whole city and the tunnels and the sewers. All right, and then we got a plant with a little heart on it. I think this is one of my plants that I had. It was a philodendron, I think, or a pothos. And I had a pot with with a heart on it. Now we got Wake Up. And this right here is my most viral video. This one got 1.7 million views. It's also like where I put the least amount of work into it. Since then, I have redone it. When I made this, it was just like literally a smiley, and then just zoom out. And it's like, I've spent like hundreds of hours on pieces before and never got more than like maybe 10,000 views. And then this one, this random one where I put a smiley face and zoomed out of a spiral, that I did in like 15 minutes. That one got 1.7 million views. It all goes on anyways, so might as well keep on keeping on. And then do it with a cat on his shoulder. And then up here we got another alien dude. I like my alien dudes. Another giraffe. I like my giraffes. I like my smiley faces. That's a reference to the first smiley faces that was here. Another lighthouse, obviously. Every time that you see these like 4 towers in the back, that's a reference to Jacksonville, Alabama, where I went to college, and I just really liked that mountain there. It's where I fell in love with mountains. And then right here we've got this thing I did on trail. So on trail, I found all these leaves amongst like, I think it was a 13-mile day, and I just collected them in my pouch, that like my kangaroo pouch on my shirt. And after the day was over, I organized them so it's in this circular type beat, and took a photo of it, brought it into Photoshop. I brought it into Procreate, and then erased everything else around it. And then that's the original photo. And so then I brought it in as a PNG, and then made, I don't know, I just played around with it, see if, how far I could bring the creativity. And then I rearranged it so it kind of looked like a Van Gogh sky, but it's all leaves. And that's actually a blaze that was on a piece of bark that I used as the moon. And if you can kind of tell, the lighthouse, the yellow, you see it? You see how it's like shining out right there? Yeah. Attention to detail right there. This one was pretty fun to do. It's like the first time I've really played around with like PNGs, bring them into it, setting this paper. I try not to do it too much because I like the challenge of trying to create inside the app. It is pretty limited for an app that's called Endless Paper, and I think the limitations actually breed a lot of creativity, because it makes it so you have to think outside of the box for like gradients, like I just showed you earlier, and for like making things just interesting that are not just like, blocky drawings that you just zoom in from one drawing to the next drawing. You have to have transitions and everything. I really like it. This is a fish. What is this? Like, I don't remember doing this. That looks like a 90s TV show character. TV show. The Witch. That's the witch. I don't think I ever named her. Drop your names for her in the comments below. Over here, I was just playing around with raindrops. Actually, this was like a few days ago. I just wanted to see if I could recreate raindrops with only 2 colors. It kind of worked out pretty well. Over here, we got Window World, where no one is rushing you and you can take your time. So over here, we got Happy Birth. This cat saying Happy Birth. It kind of reminds me of like the old Renaissance painting cats, like where they just did not know what cats looked like, and so they made them look like regular faces, And then this guy's like, thanks, because he's being told happy birth from a regular face ass cat. And then over here, I don't know. There's a lot of this kind of stuff. I don't think it goes anywhere else. And then yeah, zoom out. We got these clocks that are all in different times. I think I was mostly just playing around with shading. What the hell? Don't look at the what? Anyways, this is from. There's like, have you ever seen the War of the Worlds? There's a scene where he throws the ball to the kid and the kid misses because he's like throwing super hard, and the kid like actively misses so that the ball would hit the window, and then the kid walks away, and then the dad's just sitting there looking through the broken glass window. And I really liked that scene, and I was like, I'm gonna bring that into Endless Paper, and so that's really what I did there. And then we got another window world right here. I think this is the last one. Yeah, this one is this is where I made the video. It's like how to make Endless Paper art, infinite zoom art, another lighthouse, dude doing a sick trampoline basketball jump. I used to make trampoline basketball videos when I was a kid, and I guess it's kind of a reference to that. Over here we got a car with a dude, world best gladiator. Why did I do this? What? Bob. Like I don't know, I just kind of like go into random spots and just add like something random. So, and I pretty much assume that I'm never gonna find it again, so I make it as weird as possible. Got a little houses down there, moon. Don't think there's anything. I wanted to put two people dancing up there, I think, as a reference to the moon in the game. There's me, I think, I don't know, and this light post with the owl on top, and then we got Mothman and Ladybug. I figured out how to do dragonflies and ladybugs and butterflies and bees, I guess. And then this is my how to make infinite zoom art. If you want to see that video, check it out right here. If I figure it out, how to do the annotations. If I don't figure it out, check it out down below. But we got a dude doing a sweet kickflip on it. So you want to check it out. And all right, so the next spot, we got the welcome sign with the clouds. I only just did that because I was like, I need a welcome sign. Also, the sun has a nice little face. What did I put in here? Oh, all right. I think I was watching the Red Bull slope style downhill things, and they had like the start where it's just coming straight off of a cliff, basically, and I wanted to recreate that. This is a house, this kind of reminds me of Powerpuff Girls, that house. I think I was because of the circles and everything. We've got stairs going up to this house, and this is where I did donations back when I was streaming on TikTok. I stopped doing that since Larry Ellison took over because I don't like billionaires controlling the media. Anyways, got a really detailed flower right here, some flower boxes. Oh, here's the hat world. So we got a hat on a hat on a hat on a hat on a hat, but this one's got a hat on it. And this one's got a hat on it too, but this one, also a hat. It's a little flatter. Hat on a hat on a hat on a hat. And this one's got a hat and a hat and a hat. And I think it's the last hat. We should make another hat. One last hat. One last hat. Relax, draw a hat with me. One last hat. We're gonna teach them how to draw a hat. Draw a hat. You and I. There we go. All right, zoom out of all the hats. And that's the app name, just in case anybody was wondering. Let's see, another area. What is that? This is like the first time I've seen a lot of these in a long time too. This is an idea that I had for a music video that I didn't make. There's a little dude in the top. He's like, ah! And then guitar. I don't think there's anything in the guitar world. I just wanted to draw a giant guitar. This is the Hall of... there's another one. There's another mountain. Remember what that's from? Remember that 10 minutes ago? Oh, what is this? Oh, bro's got a little cup. Oh, Ben & Jerry's. Hell yeah. Nice. We got the Hall of Egress. Obviously an Adventure Time reference. And then... Nothing in here is actually Adventure Time related. I just wanted to do that. This was like, I think it was like 2 or 3 a.m. I couldn't sleep, and I woke up and I was in like this really weird half dream, half awake state. And so I just drew what I thought of. So it's like these two people having a cocktail. This picture on the wall right here outside. They got the picture on the wall, and then there's a person running through a hallway that kind of like keeps on going. But there's also this window that has clouds and a sun in it, and he's like, I don't even know what those are. There's like gems or something. And then in here we got a door. You can see where my mind was at. There's a bunch of people with a phone. He's recording. He's like, yeah, I'm recording this stuff. And then we got a pipe with a person saying like, come here. We'll go down there next. And then over here we've got a person playing trumpet on top of a castle wall that is currently being bombed. And then there is a person doing the thinking man sign on top of this final tower, and there's a giant eye in the sky. Take that what you will. Take that how you will. And then over here we got an old man and his dog. I think it's a dog. It's pretty big for a cat. I'm pretty sure it's a dog. And he's walking down and just breathing. And then you go down here and we got the house with a welcome. I put a lot of effort into this. I think I spent a full like hour and a half on just this house and this little scene. I was gonna have like a cliff area and the lake, and then this is gonna go up into like a little city and stuff. But guess what? I didn't finish it. But hey, we got a bear with a little smiley face. All right, we're almost through the outside area. We've got only like a few things on this side because pretty much everything was right here. So we'll get to the next part where we actually zoom in next. This is my idea garage where I had a bunch of ideas for music videos and stuff. Still kind of want to do that. This is a video idea that I had that was like the magical camera, wherever you point it, you can zoom in, and then you can zoom in, and you can zoom in. I'm a cowboy. Cowfly. Cowboy fly. Cowboy. Cowboy. Never made that video because every time I start making a YouTube video, I get scared. And so if you're seeing this is a great success for me. I have a really hard time recording and editing videos and feeling like confident enough to do it. Somebody wanted their name in this, I put Josh. This is all the digits of pi that I had memorized at the time. Since then, I have forgotten most of these. Yeah. I think now I can get to about that. Is that one? Yeah. 693993. You get the idea. Just wanted to put all the digits of pi into, because it's infinite, so you can put it in infinite canvas. That's the idea. You get it. This never came to fruition. Had an idea, didn't make it. This didn't even become anything. This had an idea, a bunch of alien dudes clicking, making explosions. Why do they have holes in their eyes? Was I going to put something in their eyes? That's weird. I don't know why I did that. Ice cream cones? No. I don't even know. Little alien dude being like, wow! And then this is the video that I'm going to be coming out with soon because it's not done yet. And then over here we've got some really weird stuff. I mean, some completely normal stuff. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Over here we've got a church, I think. Pretty evil looking church. And then this dude. I did this at a music festival. It was Duffrey. This was Duffrey. I was at his music festival and he was playing some crazy music, and so I was live drawing in front of people while they were on substances that were, I'm not gonna say, I don't even know what they were on, but they really enjoyed watching me draw this, I gotta say. They're like, wow, dude, wow, and then they get up and dance, do a little dance in the middle. It's like, this is if the Easter Head Islands, like Easter Island heads, like heard Duffrey, they would get up and start doing like Dance Dance Revolution moves. And then over here we've got like, you go through the woods and there's just this giant thing. I don't even know. There's another good example of the shading. See, like from out here, it looks like it's just a gradient, but if you look closely, it's all just lines. All right, almost done with the outside area, and then we'll zoom in, and then this video will be over. I'm really hoping it's not another 30 minutes. All right, Over here, we've got something, ignore that. That's a sketch that I just was playing around with. All right, so now let's zoom in to the moon and sun. They're both right there, so might as well just keep on going in. We go in through here, and we got a little ship, dude sitting on it. You keep on going through, and this is, the idea of this is that you're going through a portal, and this is like the middle, like the purgatory area, and you get to the other side and you get to a pen that is creating the next universe. And then the line, you follow the line and it kind of renders in Coraline style into two paths you can take. And there's a double eye. I saw a photo of a double eye that somebody had, or it was like a goat. I wanted to put that in there. This way I never finished. Can you believe it? But I just kind of liked how like it goes from being like a road to looking up at the sky. It's really hard to get that transition. I'm pretty proud of how that turned out. I don't know what that is. Dude with the mouth. And then over here, and this is gonna be probably the final part of this. It's also the coolest part, so don't leave. This is the Inktober. If you don't know what Inktober is, basically it is every year you get like 31 prompts for one prompt for every single day in October, and you have to draw something. And I've tried to do it before, I never did a good job, and so this is my first time I ever actually actually finished it. So we got all the words right here, and then I just went through, and all of these are one after the other. So let's zoom in, and the first one we got is portal. I'm gonna kind of just go through it a little quicker than you probably like. I have another video where I have like a whole series of shorts if you would like to go see those, talking about me drawing each one of them. Go check those out if you want, but I will still go through these because I'm still pretty proud of them. It's got like a lot of my favorite parts of this world are in here. Here is the warden. And like from afar, like I said, like it looks like it's just like a warden, right? But you look at it and it's got all these gradients, messy. Here's another example of the shading techniques. October 4th is study. So I did like me or somebody studying my piece that I did. I also brought in PNGs, like I created this in real life with watercolor and ink, and then brought it into here, cut out the moon, and then created a portal through there. Excuse me. And then this one was follow, and there's a photo of these camels that are in the desert with like the sun is setting like all the way on the edge is the last bit of sun, and so all the shadows are like going perfectly sideways. And so I made Finn and Jake and BMO. And then if you zoom into Finn, we've got Loss, which was October 7th, so I did grass Fern, holding BMO, listening to some music, and Finn's looking at the sun, he's drawing on the iPad, and then you go into over here and you go into the moon. You got Amazon for synthetic. That was actually really difficult to draw. That was weird, drawing Amazon on the moon. And then we've got this. I think I learned color theory through this app because of how it just gives you the color wheel, and you have to figure out what you're doing based off of the color wheel exactly. And so I've messed around with it so much that now I can do that. Then we got a tower that I built in Minecraft. Since then, I've actually made a whole nother tower, like series of towers in this world. Here's like a few photos of it. If you would like to see that, like a world tour of that, I would love to do one of those. But let's see if that's like if this gets 100 likes, then I'll go and make a Minecraft tour video. And then over here we've got games. So I did To the Moon. It's one of my favorite games, mine and Cole's. And so this was kind of like a Van Gogh version of To the Moon, where the two main characters are sitting on a log looking up at the lighthouse. Love this game. Definitely recommend. Also Portal 2 is my favorite game. Then we've got Node. So I was thinking of like the space nodes where like every single room is like a different node, and then one of them broke open. It's like and then I think there's McDonald's here somewhere. Yeah, Mickey D's on top. And then we got October 12th Insanity. So this guy's just going in circles, just doing the same thing every single day in this little node. And then he's going insane because the algorithm is broken. This dude got 7.8 million views for making that. October 14th was Oceanic. And so I don't know, I had a lot of fun with this one. I put Club Penguin, dude. If you don't know, I started art doing like little Club Penguin sketches and stuff back when I was like elementary school. I've been making YouTube videos for like 17 years. And it started off with Club Penguin. This is Johnny Castaway fishing for a boot. And then you go into here. It was really weird figuring out how to transition from yellow to blue, because I needed this area to be dark, but this was super bright. So I did this like, I don't know. You probably look at it and you don't question it at all, but this was a very difficult point. I spent like 6 hours thinking about like, how do I transition this? And this is what I came up with. And then we go into here, which this is Little Nightmares 2 to be exact. Da, 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 da. Pretty proud of the colors that I used in this one. And then we go into here and we got propaganda. So this cat is looking about how this other cat burned down a house. He's chill though, he's happy. And then you go inside of here, we got cloudy. And so I tried to see if I could just make every color cloud. The red kind of looks like flesh, and I do understand that, but don't worry, don't look at that part, look at the other parts. Like that one. Cloudy. Also, if you see these like little parts where I'm not zooming into, it's because I just included every single, like the map every single time, so you know where you are. Then you go down here into the city, and you've got mushroom. This one was pretty fun to do, especially for this part. I don't know why I went so hard with the logo of that one. But you go into this room up here, and then you got foreshadow. I took this photo of my hand holding my cup, and then I just traced it. But obviously I changed some things. And then in here we've got hidden, because somewhere in here, hidden is the way to go. Can you find it? I'll give you 10 seconds. All right, if you said over here, you're wrong. That's where the map is, and also a little squirrel. And if you said over here, you're also wrong. That's just a bunny dude. But if you said over here, you'll be correct, because we got the fox from Adventure Time reading the book on duality, and this is from Korra, Avatar: The Last Airbender Korra. I'm not gonna lie, I honestly, like, I didn't trace this, but I did copy somebody else, because I wanted to do the exact idea of this, like the yin yang with the Ra and Ra. What was the names? All right, and so then if you zoom into the eye, you'll find Sonder, which is the realization that each passerby has a life as vivid and complex as your own. So I kind of wanted to make it look like you're looking through the eyes of someone else, kind of forced empathy. Maybe not empathy, but forced Sonder. And then Primordial. This is a piece I did in real life that I brought over that was called Before We Were Human, so I felt like it fit pretty well for Primordial. And it's got like all these rib cages and fleshy things. I don't know. It's kind of an idea that like all the parts of us that make us who we are were all separate at one point until they got put together to who we are now. And then over here we got some mountains. What is up here? Oh, well, we made it. Over here we've got Over the Garden Wall. Breathtaking. He's breathless because he's losing his balloon. And also, this is not just an Over the Garden Wall reference, but if you get the reference of something else, leave a comment down below. And then we've got Puncture. So we've got Rick and Morty coming out of the balloon. And then inside of it is garden. I spent way too long on the hatching of this. I don't know if it's hatching. What? Shading with lines? Then we've got from Howl's Moving Castle. This is Laputa, Castle in the Sky. And we got one of the dudes that is out of order. One of those little dudes on top, the robot dudes. Oh, that's where I hid the map. I didn't even know that. And another one that's living, and he's got a little balloon. And then you go into it. We're almost done. We're almost through it. We go through October 28th bubbling. This was super fun to do. How it's like you're going through one of the missing bricks, down from this like little grassy area into the bubbles, and then we go into space. And then go through the Orville. This is from the Orville, by the way, if you don't know. Orville, it's not just a Star Trek parody. It's very, very good. Definitely recommend. and then going to Lightspeed into Mask, where you finally go in and find End, where you find my cat sitting on my gaming chair playing Portal 2 and finishing it. That's the last scene in Portal 2, by the way. Just in case you haven't played it, I'm so sorry for the spoiler, but I love that game. Definitely recommend go playing it. You did not spoil very much. You can still play it like 20 times and still learn more things about it. But anyways, I'm gonna stop talking about Portal 2 and start talking about this world, because we are done. I think we've gone through just about every single thing I have in here. If you enjoyed this, let me know, because I don't really make YouTube videos that much anymore, and I would love to keep on going. We're just gonna see how this does. I have a lot more to share. I have like 6 more worlds that I haven't shown anybody, and I have collabs with other friends, and I don't know, I've got a lot of stuff that has yet to be seen, and a lot of ideas too that I haven't done yet. And so thank you all for joining in. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.